This is Ellie Sturrock from Dorset WellNet, offering you one of our recorded meditations from a programme offered to you called Stillness, Steadiness, Stability. I too work in the NHS and know its busyness, the pressured amount of things to do and important cases to cover and people to look after, and that includes a team. So moments of being able to tune in to how we are and ask how we are really good ways for us to listen and to hear and to be able to do something about it where we can. So beginning each meditation by just stopping to ask, what is this? And it can be useful to close your eyes and scan. Scanning first the environment of the body, the landscape of the body. How is the body just now? Noticing I've been sitting at this desk, my cushion has slipped under my bottom. It would be better behind my back. My toes are curled, crunched. My shoulders are hunched over. How is my mind? Well, actually, my mind feels quite focused and calm. And my mood feels tiny bit of stress and largely something that is neither good nor bad, not radiantly happy, but equally not really morose. Somewhere in the middle, an okayness. So first thing we can do is alter what can be altered, choosing to change. So I'm going to put my feet flat on the floor. I'm going to make my posture a little bit more upright and comfortable. I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I'm going to soften my shoulders. I'm going to rotate my shoulders and wear them on my back and elongate up through the spine to the crown of my head, and imagine that there's a silver cord pulling me upwards, and my bottom is sitting and supported by the chair, and that's weighted downwards. So there's a stretch. Looking after my body, when most of the time my body is just a part of me that's here that I don't really listen to. And this meditation is around the body, with the body, in the body. So everything we do in these meditations is an invitation. It's up to you what you do. And if some things feel uncomfortable, then don't do that. Choose to move. Choose to change. Or simply listen and be here as best you can. Our minds will always be wandering, but the words and the guidance are here for us to come back to. So I'm beginning by taking in 3 long, slow breaths. feeling the breath filling this part of the body, the core, the chest, and the chest rises and the back expands. And as I breathe out, it softens, it drops. And I'm noticing that this part of the body feels softer and fresher somehow. This cool air coming in somehow freshens not just my body, but also my mood feels a bit fresher, a bit more alert. So being here in this part of the body, the core of the body, just for a moment, noticing, just being here. It can be however it is. And we simply notice. We are waking up to what is here. We might notice, I need a pee. So hang on until the end of the meditation, if you can, and go for a pee afterwards. I'm hungry, thirsty. There's thirst in here. I'm feeling too full. I ate too many biscuits. Just noticing. Other things might come in, some analysis, some judgment. We just stay with the raw experience. Again, as best we can. What's here? What is this? And from here, let's shift. Let's shift our awareness and guide it, a bit like shining a spotlight, shining a torch onto the soles of the feet. Just tuning into the sense of support. Stronger sensation from the soles. Lesser sensation on the bridge of the foot. Allowing our awareness to move up from the soles and take in the sides of the foot, the back of the heel, the tips of the toes. As best we can, allowing the awareness to work its way into in between the toes, in between the big toe on the left foot and the second biggest toe on the left foot. The sense of the left hand foot and the right hand foot, similarities, differences, just noticing what is here. Feet being flat on the floor. A tightness, a layering from a sock and a shoe, or a softness from a cushion under your feet. Can be a good thing to do. This chair, it's a little bit too big for me. So I've got a cushion to support my legs and my hips. So I'm feeling the cushion, I move the cushion. Being with the feet. A meditation of the feet, on the feet, even in the feet. having a sense of the internal architecture of the feet. So intricate, so detailed. You may work in podiatry, orthotics. You may have been out dancing in pointy-heeled shoes at the weekend and your feet are feeling it. So just noticing. So much going on in the feet. Temperature, touch, coverage, air. And when we feel ready, we can let go of a sense of the feet and shine that light of awareness into the ankles, into their shape, their place. Just now, in this moment, how are the ankles? Stronger sensation, perhaps the edge of a sock. Stronger sensation and lesser sensation. Allowing awareness to take in the shape of the ankle. Its posture, allowing a C shape or an L shape between the foot and the lower leg. The cornering on the inside of the ankle, a bit tighter than the way that it is at the back of the ankle, in that narrow part where that bone is, and around the heel. Just noticing, just being here. This is meditation. Whenever the mind wanders and it says, well, this is weird, I didn't know this was meditation. That's great, it's fine. Minds wander, no big deal. All minds wander, and we can wander them back. We can bring them back. So now bringing the awareness into the lower legs, their shape, their posture, sensations of clothing, folds of clothing, or a continuous covering around the lower leg, the skin able to take in information. The way that the legs are arranged. So the bottom of the left leg is in close to the right foot, and the knee is angled outwards. So the left knee is further away from the right knee. Just noticing, just being here in this moment and seeing what is here. Noticing the fact that there is a shin and a bone front of the leg and a muscle, softer tissue. Maybe the soft tissue of the left calf is resting against something on your chair. the sensation of the trouser leg is stretched across the broader part of the calf and loose. In some parts it's not there. There's air around the lower part of the calf. Just this, noticing this marrying of mind and body. So coming up now to the knees. The position of the knees, their shape, their angle, sensations of touch, of temperature, acknowledging their roundness, their dome shape, the folds, the back of the knees. Maybe there's a sense of an old injury here. An old dancing injury. Or maybe this weekend you fell, landed on your knee, there's a bruise. You can sense the bruise or not. We simply notice what is here. Being with the knees, however they are. And from the knees, we come into the thighs. Perhaps the awareness is a bit like a scanner. It tracks through the tissues of the thighs. Maybe it starts at the back of the thighs, noticing an area of no support, of air, and then a little further back, the sense of support from a cushion on your chair, the chair itself, the sense of support, but also an awareness that you're not on the ground. The outside edges of the thighs. Taking them in, tuning in. The tops of the thighs and the inside of the thighs. The place where the thighs become the abdomen, the hips, the place where you may sense knicker elastic or folds of clothing. So letting go of the thighs in order to come more fully to the bottom and the hips, the muscles here, warm, supported, a softness that meets the bottom, a boniness from the ends of the thigh bones. An awareness of all the organs here in this part of the body, hidden. Maybe a sense of the bladder. Movement with the breathing. Encircling the tops. I've got a dog in with me. The tops of our hips and our waists, The sensation of a waistband. The sensation wrapped around the middle of the body. Strong sensation or very little sensation. Both are fine. There isn't a better or a worse. Just noticing. Meditating with the sense of the body in this moment. Bringing the mind to the body with awareness. So from the waist, moving upwards, gliding upwards or circling round, beginning at the spine and coming round the left to the front, to the sternum, the chest bone, moving round the right side. The sense of the chest and the arms on either side, a warmth, a connectedness, also the layers of clothing. Just this, just noticing this in this moment. The chest rising, falling. The shoulders lifting, tiny amount. Quite a big amount. The roundness of the shoulders. Letting go of the chest and coming to the tops of the arms, under the arms. Ever done a meditation of your armpits? Because we are now just being here with warmth of contact, perhaps folds of clothing, perhaps an airiness from your work tunic. Sensations of touch from it and also of air. It's loose, the seam is low down. So from the armpits and the tops of the arms, we allow our awareness to glide down, to flow down like water, flowing down and into the upper arms. A tickle of clothing, fabric, the sensation of air on some parts of the upper arms or clothing, warmth and coolness, drier areas and moister areas. This is meditation. This is taking a step towards well-being by doing this meditation. Being here in the arms, in the elbows, in the shape of the elbows. These joints that allow us to bend, that our arms are not rigidly held straight, that they have an ability to fold inwards, to reach outwards. Just sensing into how the shape of the arms are, where that starts around the elbows, the lower arms, perhaps pointing inwards towards each other. Sensation of the lower arms in contact with the thighs, a warmth with a cushion or a side of the chair. A cardigan that's ruched up underneath your arm. The wrists and the hands, their shape, their soft, curved natures. Hands resting into each other or resting on the top of the thighs. There's no wrong or right. There's no special meditator's way to be. Just noticing the shape, the tone, the texture, touch, temperature, whatever is here. And when you feel ready, then letting go of a sense of the arms and coming up to the neck. The neck and the throat. The external edges of clothing, sensation of air. An itch should tickle hairs at the back of the neck. The way that a fibre from clothing can somehow catch on a hair. There's a strong sensation from that tiny touch. Body so amazing at picking things up. Inside the throat, movement of air that just widens slightly the throat as it moves in, and a coolness maybe. The air in your room is cool or the air in your room is warm, just noticing the sense of it in the throat. The sense as it comes in and the sense as it goes out. And from the neck and the throat, we move, we shine the spotlight of awareness up to the head, the back of the head, the sides of the head, the ears, the earlobes. What is the sense of the left earlobe? Even if there is strong pain or sensations of stress and tension in the shoulders, pain in the knee from the dancing injury, the running injury. How is my left earlobe? An awareness of sound and spaces between sounds. And when the mind wanders, quite often triggered by a sound, it's fine, that's how we work. Amazing thing in the middle of here called the brain, making these links. What's that sound? Do I need to be nervous? Do I need to be attentive? Is that the break coming? Did I need to get something in the break? Noticing sound and the consequence of sound. And for now, the sound is of these words guiding us now into and around the face. Sweeping in from the left side, coming across the face to the right side, taking in the expression, the way that the brow is. Sensations of the eyelids being closed and in contact with each other. The nostrils perhaps seeming bigger because of the sense of air being drawn in, being blown out. The shape of the mouth. Is it tense and tight, pursed? The teeth clenched? Sign of tension. This is good to know. My teeth are clenched. Something going on here. I can choose to take notice of this. This is a message for me. Being able to soften the jaw, putting the tip of the tongue behind the teeth in the upper jaw, in the roof of the mouth. Turning the edges of the mouth up, just a mini smile. Noticing how this may have a consequence, a change, a slight lightening to the mood. When we smile, we remember being happy. So the brain gives us the things that we have when we're happy, just a tiny dose. Just noticing. Does it or doesn't it? How are things in this moment now? And now, as best we can, expanding out to take in the whole body once more. This whole body, held in by the skin, surrounded by clothing. Sitting and breathing. Doing all sorts of amazing things without us needing to make a payment for it, put a coin into it, flash our bank card over it to make it work. Stuff going on. The body being here, this body being part of our working day and ours forever. So a really good thing to pay attention to and to look after. So as we come to the end of this meditation, you might like to notice a desire to want to stretch, to yawn, to clench the hands and release the hands, to shake, click, rotating the head, opening the eyes, licking the lips, looking out wherever you are, being here in this moment, at home, at work, in front of your computer, and being ready to move into the next part of your day, knowing that you have taken active steps into looking after your well-being, knowing your body, hearing your body, and cultivating the mind. So thanks for joining me in this meditation of the body in our program called Stillness, Steadiness, Stability.